It's you're receiving. I feel like Cancers, you're receiving in July. Receive it. Okay. Hey y'all, welcome to Truthfully Tarot. My name is Niche, and if you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth. So let's get into it. All right, Cancer. So for the month of July, so I'm gonna pull from my astrology deck first because astrology is just really good for overall themes, just kind of getting a layout of the land energetically for July for you guys. The beginning of July, it's still gonna be Cancer season. So let's see what messages Spirit got for you guys for the overall energies. All right, so that's okay, that's funny. So we have the third house, communication. And then we have Earth. So for the overall energies for July for Cancer placements, it's looking like I'm trying to get a sense of like what I'm feeling for you Cancer placements for the month of July with Earth and with communication. It feels like a lot of my Cancers are coming to some type of realization about why and how they've been through some of the things that you guys have been through. It's like July, it's like a light bulb goes off and you're like, oh, that's why I went through this. Oh, that's why this person said such and such or did such and such. It feels like there's a lot of dots that are beginning to connect for a lot of my Cancer placements in July. Like a lot of things that didn't really make sense. It feels like maybe even some closure happening in July for some of my Cancer placements. Like it just feels like there's a lot of realizations happening. There's a lot of like aha, like, or even just like understanding lessons and especially with this card with reality and practicality, physical body. It's like some of you guys are getting revelations about your health, or you're getting communication regarding your health, or you're realizing that you need to take your health more seriously. For other Cancers, it's like trying to figure out what stability means for you emotionally in a relationship, financially. It just feels like you're trying to figure out how to bring more stability in your life or how to gain a bit more stability. For other of you, Cancer placement, it feels like there's this sense of reorientation stands out. There's this sense of getting ready to shift some major things in your life in July. It feels like, all right, we're like halfway through the year. Like I've learned such and such and such lessons. Like I kind of feel like I am gaining understanding and I'm getting like clarity on why things played out the way that they played out, how I got to where I am now, and it's like how to move forward a little bit. And it just feels like there's just this overall energy for my Cancer placements of reorientation, of really kind of refocusing and getting your mind right and really comprehending certain situations and circumstances. It feels like there may have been confusion or the like closure or conclusion like eluding you, like kind of hard to grasp, but it feels like in July it becomes concrete, it becomes real. You're like, oh, this is happening, or this is ended, I'm starting this, or like I'm fully entering into a new phase in my life. It feels like there is this like shift in July for a lot of my Cancer placements. For sure. Yeah, and I would even say like along with that sense of like things shifting and realizing why they shifted and learning your lessons about certain things and really just kind of like realizing also the weight of your actions too, it feels like is happening in July, like realizing the weight of your actions feels important. Oh, wow. And I kind of was getting this energy. Okay, Cancer. So the first card to come out is Temperance. So with Temperance here, it feels like there's a lot of balance coming to you in July. Like, again, like those realizations, those revelations, those reorientations, those like closures and conclusions. It feels like there's a lot of like balance or feeling like you're catching your stride finally in July. Like it feels like you're kind of like, all right, like I'm settled a little bit, and not even just settled, but like it feels like your mind has like found a bit more peace in July, and there's a bit of calming of waters, because it feels like you maybe could have had a, if not rocky start of the year, just a really turbulent start to the year. And it feels like around July things begin to like settle out and begin to kind of smooth out a little bit as well. And even just, it feels like along with these realizations I was talking about, there's almost like that shift that I was mentioning, like a starting of something new, which gets to the two other cards that came out. But it does feel like it's coming from a place of balance, like achieving a bit more balance, achieving a bit more sense of being settled, a bit more sense of like, all right, I made it through the worst part kind of energy for some of my Cancer placements this year. Like I made it through the hump. Like I kind of got to the point where I know what I want. I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do. I know where I'm going. It feels like the first half of the year was figuring out a lot of stuff, trying to navigate some stuff, maybe feeling a bit imbalanced and all over the place a little bit. And it feels like now July hits, there's a bit more peace, there's a bit more understanding, there's a bit more clarity, there's a lot of realizations, and it's like you know what to do and how to move forward. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands here, which Cancer energy is cardinal energy, which means it's initiatory energy in astrology. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. Is it Aries? Aries is the is initiative signs. It's initiative energy. You get stuff started, right? But with Cancer, it's like starting a new emotional something, starting a new, like a new feeling that's opening up the door for a new opportunity or a new beginning. But here with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, it feels like now that there's like peace, a little bit more balance, now that you feel like maybe you have an idea of how to move forward, where you want to go, what you want to do. So things have kind of landed in your reality. You've learned the things that you needed to learn. You really kind of overcame a lot in the first part of the year. It feels like now it's time to put all of that into practice to start something new. Specifically with the Ace of Wands, this is creative, this is entrepreneurial, this is passionate, this is involved, this is exciting, this is just very great, like fiery, new beginning type energy. It could be moving, it could be starting a project, starting I don't even want to say a relationship, because that's not really what this is, but it just feels like having fire under your belly about something. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, feels like some type of new beginning that feels solid, that feels secure. And so it's like investing in this new project, this new idea, this new financial opportunity, this new challenge that maybe you're taking on. If you're moving, if you're starting a new job, if you want to, start your own practice of some sort. Like it just feels like there's a lot of fresh energy coming in July, and a lot of like inspiration to kind of work on new things, or to work toward a new direction, or to move toward a new phase or a new reality in your life. It feels like also, I forget what sign it was, a fire sign that I was doing yesterday. It just feels like you've kind of like you crossed a hurdle. You almost like you finished a cycle of some sort, and now there's this new beginning, this energy of newness, this energy of freshness, of feeling like, oh, I can put my energy toward this other things, these new ideas, these new realizations, these things that I've learned, I can now put into practice and really go forward toward what I want. It does feel like with the Temperance here though, whatever it is that you may be starting that's new, like you'll have to have a lot of patience with yourself. Like you'll have to pace yourself as well. Like it can be very exciting in July, but like also pace yourself. Also know that it may take a while for you to fully enter into this like new thing, but you make a lot of steps in July. It feels like the clarity of like, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. Like it feels very real and grounded in July. All this new energy, all this, like, it just feels like a new opportunity, a new phase in life, like a new, it's just a lot of newness. I love this fresh, new energy. And it feels like whatever it is, it's just occupying a lot of your mental energy, a lot of your thoughts. And it feels like you could be telling people about this new beginning. You could be telling people about this project. You could be telling people like, hey, this is such and such, we're doing this, or I'm doing this. And it just feels like there's a lot of that energy happening for my Cancer. This is really cool energy. I love it. Let's see, anything else for my Cancer placements? It feels like for some of my Cancer placements, if you've been in a relationship and it's been kind of rocky, it feels like a sense of peace in the dynamic happens in July. It feels like maybe even fresh energy comes into the connection in July. It feels like, it could be just fresh energy in the connection, but it feels like there's a bit more peace in your relationships as well, a bit more balance in your relationships. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is where we invest our time and energy. And again, there's like all of these like new beginnings. And so it's like it's real. If you look at him, it's like he planted all of these seeds and now he's watching the fruit of these seeds. And maybe he's deciding which ones to harvest, which ones to allow to stay on the vine, looking at the quality of what he's done, that type of thing. This is a very contemplative, taking stock kind of energy with the 7 of Pentacles. And again, it goes with this 3rd house energy, which Gemini is present here as well. So if you have if you have Gemini placements, that could be like a mini confirmation or whatever, or not. But this energy is really contemplative. It's really reflective, which Cancer is also a sign of nostalgia. And so a lot of my Cancer placements can really like the past or overly fantasize or romanticize the past a lot. Or it can be difficult for Cancer placements to let go of the past. There's just like a natural energy and tendency to like be there mentally. But with this 7 of Pentacles, it just really feels like you're contemplating all of the new things that are coming in your life. It just feels like you are trying to think about how best to use your energy, how best to invest your time, who to invest your time in, what to invest your time in. It feels very contemplative, which again goes with this 3rd house energy, which is thoughts, the mind, communication style, learning. It feels like there is that strong sense of very mercurial thought processing energy. And it doesn't feel like you're doing a ton. It just feels like there's this awareness and this realization of all of the new things that are headed your way, or the realization that you have these opportunities that are coming up and you're really processing those opportunities, and really thinking about what it means and like finding balance in the midst of all of this. Is really kind of what it's giving for my Cancer placements. Yeah. Let's clarify this. Let me clarify this at Ace of Wands. Let's see, because I have a little. Okay. Interesting. So we have 2 7s. 7 of Wands and 7 of Cups. This feels like lots of clarity, where there was once confusion, where there was once, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I want to start. I don't know who I want to be with. Like where there was previously options or confusion, there's a lot of clarity and decisiveness coming about a particular new beginning. But then there's also this sense of where maybe there was once this we have a lot of 7s. We have a lot of, okay, hold on, I just saw this. So this is also a 7. So we literally have 3 7s on the board. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and then we have 2 aces. on the board. So we have some repeating numbers here. To me, that's emphasis. Like when numbers are repeated in tarot, in my opinion, when numbers come out consistently, it's like an emphasis type of thing. So we have 3 sevens, 777 here. And sevens are about completion. They're about spiritual service. They're about being in alignment. Yeah, it feels like in July, Cancers, you really come into alignment, or you feel like you're coming into alignment, and things are just starting to make sense in the world. Like things are starting to be like, okay, I get it. Like this project goes with this job, and this thing goes with this, and this relationship. It's like things just feels like it comes together. And it feels like you are lowering your guard to life, if that makes sense, with the 7 of Wands here. It's like maybe before, because there was like lots of confusion and not really knowing how things are going to work out or what you really want to do, or should I leave this situation? Should I go to this situation? Should I just pause it all? Should I take a step back? Or should I end things? Should I begin things? It was just like a lot of I don't know what to do, and just kind of like this roller coaster. And so because of that, it felt like maybe Cancer, a lot of your guards were up, like a lot of your defenses were activated. A lot of you were just kind of like pushing things away, pushing people away. And it feels like in July, because everything kind of settles, a lot of clarity happens. You're able to just kind of like breathe, and it feels like you're receiving. That's what it is. That's what it is. It feels like in July, you're receiving. You're receiving you're receiving from a lot of the investments you've previously made. It feels like in July, you start to see the output of your work. You start to see the fruit, so to speak, of your work in July. It's like you see it now. It's starting to make sense now. Like a lot of it's very good energy for my Cancer placements. It's very like good clarity, receiving. It's you're receiving. I feel like Cancers, you're receiving in July. Receive it. Okay, receive it. And a sense of being proud because you made it, feels like through the worst part of the year. And it feels like July becomes like a catalyst for the rest of the year. It just feels like it's the foundation that you set up for the rest of the year and beyond. I love that energy, Cancer. It's so crazy because the bottom deck of the astrology deck is the 4th house, and you got Cancer here with the moon. So yeah, you're kind of all it's and then the bottom deck for the tarot here is the Magician. So you're really starting to see the manifestation of all the work you've been putting in, and all of the ways in which you've been trying to make sense of your life and sense of the direction and sense of where you want to go. It just feels like July feels like, oh, yay. Like I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. It's good energy. It's really positive energy. I love that for you, Cancer. All right, I feel like that's kind of it. Like I feel like that's like the big stuff that's happening. With the Ace of Pentacles, it could be new financial opportunities coming in July. That's also a thing. Pentacles are related to money and time. So it feels like you either have time to put into these passion projects, like you have more time to put into these passion projects, or you like get a new stream of income of some sort, or an opportunity to make money comes up as well. Or an opportunity to invest your money in something, invest your time in something becomes a thing. So, all right, Cancers, let me know if that resonated for you. I love Cancer placements. I'm a Taurus, so I love me some Cancer energy. My Jupiter is in Cancer, period. But anyway, thank you so much, Cancers, and I will see you soon.